Hello everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts video. I'm going to do a card reading for you today. I've left it till a little bit late in the afternoon, but I had lots to do today, it being the first day that I was free after getting back to business, as it were. So I really wanted to do, excuse me, a little bit of a tickle. Really wanted to do a card reading, so we're going to start with some tarot. Today is the 10th of January 2023. Welcome. So I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and got over that quite smoothly and had a nice new year. And we're already 1 week into the new year. Can you believe it? Time flies, as they say. And it's important to allow yourself the chance to get comfortable with this new energy. So as with every new year, you get an influx of new energy. Some of you may realize from reports and things that we have been having a lot of solar flares, which is upgrading the energy as well. And so my job today is just to, I'm just shuffling the cards here, by the way. Shuffle the cards, see which cards want to come out and tell us a little story. You can use this for entertainment. You don't have to take it literally. It is merely a guiding point that might resonate with you. You have to excuse me if I cough throughout the session. So we're going to just keep shuffling the cards and just see if there's any information that comes through. So intuitively, I'll read them. Tarot has quite a traditional way of being read, and depending on which teacher you have been taught by, you'll have different spreads and different meanings and different ways to read the major arcana and minor arcana. But today on Tuesday Thoughts, we're just going to do a general intuitive read, so looking at the message that seems to be coming forward, and then you can take this forward for the rest of the week. So I'm going to try and keep up with my weekly reports on these things, just because it's good for me as well. I enjoy reading cards. I actually really like it. So if anybody does want a tarot reading or an oracle card reading, that is available as well. And you can look at that for more information on my website, which is www.karentinney.co.uk, or just email me. Oh my goodness, everything fell. Bear with. Okay. So, sorry about that. I just literally picked up the ones that jumped out, and I was going to put them back in the pack, and I thought, do you know what? Let me read. I have this tickle. I'm so sorry. Can we please work on clearing the lungs just for this part? So we have 3 that are still upside down and 3 that have turned over, but these are the last 3. So I'm going to go with the first 3 first and see what messages they have for us. So the very first card is the World. Now it was upside down, so perhaps there's a block in the world being kind of an option for you, in the world being open to you. The right way, it can be about cycles repeating themselves, history repeating itself. And in a way, the new year is a bit like that. It's here we go again, the start of the year. Are we going to try and lose weight? Are we going to try and get fit? Are we going to take up a new exercise? Are we going to detox? You know, classic traditional thing that we do every single year. So that kind of cycle repeating itself. But it's upside down, so that might point to there being a necessity to think a little bit differently, to change how we approach the new year, to change how we enter into the new year. And so it might tell us that we need to be more open to other things. You know, there was those classic things that we immediately think of, but perhaps it's something else. Perhaps it's something that we need to look at, and something which is much more global. Perhaps this isn't necessarily just about us anymore and transforming ourselves. Perhaps it's about looking at things on a global stage. And, she is naked here in the center with a scarf wrapped around her, and it's purple. Purple is your crown chakra, which is your connection to the higher. And we have the bull, and we have the lion and the eagle, and we have the angel. So there's a lot of angelic energy here. There's a lot of astrological energy. There's a lot of spirit energy. So perhaps it is time to embrace that world. So we're embracing the world of spirit as we step into 2023. We're embracing the world of awareness of other energies and dimensions and beings and their presence here on the earth, because they are present. And there is an acknowledgement that no matter even how earthy you are, so the Taurian is very earthy, very 3D, very solid, stable, the real world. No matter how earthy you are, you must have the courage. So the Leo is the lion, is the courage. So you must have the courage to open your eyes to the worlds that are available to you. And so that points to the spirit world. The eagle is the messenger of spirit. The eagle is great spirit. The Native Americans would refer to the eagle as great spirit. So there is a requirement moving into this new year that we don't just repeat the same old thing and focus on little things like, and these are important, don't get me wrong, upgrading your existence, upgrading your health, upgrading your exercise regime, upgrading the way you live, decluttering, clearing, cleansing, starting into the new year, new ideas, new ambitions, etc. Great. But there is something about we need to actually open ourselves to other worlds. And what helps us in that is the angelic realm. So the angelic realm is almost one of the first worlds that you might find easy to integrate with. If you want to begin with one angel, a good angel to start with is Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is, again, about courage and protection. Because as you open up to this world, there is a necessity as well to understand that one needs to protect one's own energy. One needs to learn grounding. One needs to learn protection. One needs to learn discernment when moving in these different realms. And so the angelic realm is one of the best first realms to educate yourself on, to introduce yourself to. And Archangel Michael is one of the first guides. I think with most people, he seems to be very present in guiding people in their first steps into the spiritual world. So, and there she is in purple, which is the crown, which is opening up to spirit. So that's how I'm taking that. And that's what I mean by card readings can be intuitive. So this may have a traditional meaning, and I may have been taught a specific meaning by one of my teachers, but also when I'm connected and grounded and I open up to the energies and I bring in my guides and my teachers and my team, they give me information on where they want to convey their message. And using the imagery in the card or using whatever elements are in the card, they're able to direct me in a way to say what they want to say. Okay? So it might be starting with oracle cards as well. That might. But you don't always have to start with tarot. Tarot is a very specific thing, and there are many different types of tarot, and nowadays there's such a range of tarot cards available that you can all have all kinds of images, etc. A lot of people are a little bit fearful of the tarot card, but it's just a card. It's just a card with a picture on it, which might direct information for you. And it's usually pretty on point. So this also might be the world waking up to spirit world. So there might be some global announcements. There might be some realizations or reporting on certain experiences that may be coming from around the world to us. And the wreath here would point to it is kind of a celebratory. So it's a positive. This is not negative. When these angelic beings or these ascended masters or even the galactics, the beings who are interplanetary, interdimensional, it's positive. When you know what you're doing, it's positive. And, you know, partly I need to bring out a couple of courses coming up just to guide beginners into steps that you take as you step forward into this new world. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, they're moving the energy, so I just had to take a moment. So the next card is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles points to money, and it points to being given a handout. There is money coming in. Now it was upside down, so perhaps there's a delay in this money coming in. There's a castle in the background here. Oops, castle in the background here. So I want to say it's something to do with home. So it's money to do with home. So it could be rent increases, it could be mortgage increases, it could be needing a little bit of help to pay for the roof over your head, to pay for all the rooms in your house. But there is money coming. So even upside down, there's money coming. This could be money that you find on the street. You might find a £10 or £20 or something on the street. You can see they're outside here. But this fellow who has the green satchel here, who has the energy of abundance here, and it's loving. So green is the heart energy as well. So it's that loving energy. So this money is not coming forward with any restrictions or with any conditions. This money is coming forward freely and is being given freely. It's being given easily. So it could be a lottery win. It could be a win of some kind. But as I say, there's a slight delay or there's a slowness in it coming forward, or perhaps you're not seeing or you're not open to, and they do say that you know, if you want the lottery win, then well, you have to buy a ticket. So, you know, there's the wanting of the money, but there's the action. There needs to be some sort of action to put you in a position to be able to receive the money. And they're very grateful. So again, you can prepave this. You can say that, you know, thank you for the money that's coming. Thank you for sending me all this money. Thank you, I receive and accept the money. Because there is the thing of, no, I'll be fine kind of thing. So there is an element of you needing to actually take the money for there to be balance in that scenario. I can't give to you if you don't receive. So I'm giving this video free of charge. I'm reading some cards for somebody free of charge. Free. So make a comment, leave a comment, do a share, do a like, and then there's this exchange going on. Because this person can give and give and give and give and give, but then there's no dynamic happening, there's no relationship happening between you and the other. So you need to be able to receive what I'm giving, and then the gratitude then is all that's required to come back. There is no requirement to repay, there's no requirement to make me a video back. Perhaps a like or a subscribe or a notification, hit the notification bell, share it, watch it several times. Little things like that can help and show gratitude. But again, it might be to do with your home. It might be to do with your foundation. So that again, when you turn it upside down, the money is below. So you might be building something from the foundations. You might be investing in the foundations of something, the beginnings of something. And therefore, the money is tied up in the basement, in the roots, in the foundation, as you then build forward. But it does symbolize that there will be a gift of money coming in some fashion. Even upside down, it does symbolize that. These are all upside down. Two are right way up and one is upside down. So the next card is the Eight of Cups. See that? And it does look a little bit sad and dark, this card. The cups are always emotions. There's a lot of emotions going on here. And you can see this person is walking away. So it's walking away from this emotional connection, walking away from this burdensome connection, turning your back on something emotional. It could be a relationship. Now it's upside down. So what does that tell us? We still have this person walking away. But almost it's walking, rather than walking uphill, which can be a bit difficult. It's always hard to walk away. Very hard to walk away from something, especially a relationship. But in this upside down, it looks like that person's coming downhill. So they've gone up through the difficult part and they've come over, and now they're coming down the other side. And that would point to them moving towards a new relationship, moving towards their cups again, their emotional self, going deep inside. You know, it's like the iceberg. So you see a little bit of the iceberg on top. You don't see the hugeness, the base, which is under the water. And it's almost like there's a need to look at what's inside, look at your inner self, your inner emotions. And as you kind of toddle down the other side of the hill, so you've got through the worst, you've got through the walking away, now you're walking into something new. You're walking in this direction towards something. There's a lot of emotion here. There's a lot of water, but the water's coming down as well. So there's a releasing of emotions. There's a releasing as you connect to your inner self. There's a releasing as you connect to your emotional self. And you need to do this from time to time. The Eight of Cups, so 8 is like, the infinity sign on its side. So infinity. So this is cyclical. So this, again, cycles occurring, history repeating itself. So there's a need to go back over the old stuff. So sometimes you might have walked away from something, but you haven't done your work. You haven't done your due diligence. You haven't checked in with yourself and thought, okay, so yes, this didn't work, but how did I contribute to it? What could I change? Who am I and how was I in this situation? And how could I be different going forward? So there's always a need to check in with self. And that's what this is pointing to. Pointing to really going deep into your inner. And you can see there's plenty of light here. So at the center, you might think it's all dark, but at the center it's light. At the center it is bright. At the center it is divine, your divine spark. All of you have this divine spark. And so there is, once you kind of dip into that inner realm, dip into that spiritual nature, you will find the truth of who you are. You'll find your brightness, your light. And that moves you towards healing. That moves you further down this mountain. So as you're coming down, it gets easier and easier and easier and easier. And you're clearing and clearing. Tears clear. Releasing of emotions clear. Creating art clears. So there's a need as you come down to get to know yourself. And then get to know the light that you are. And then embrace that. Then we have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords can be depicted differently in different cards, but here we have someone lying down. So there's a need for rest as well. This can point to meditation, but it tends to say, take a moment, rest, stop. And so that is necessary. January can be like gung-ho and let's go and let's join the gym and let's turn up to every class and let's sign up to everything that's available and let's go straight into the new year, which is good. But as with exercise, you know, the best exercise is exercise and then rest day. Exercise 2 days, then rest day. You have to let the body recover. So as you do your inner work, you don't just change. There's a transition. You know, it's like this last card is pouring water from one thing to another, you would imagine. There's this transition, releasing of emotions and you know, moving things over and back, and that stirs up things, and so there's a need to let that settle. And it's in those moments when you are resting, when you are meditating, that you receive the bright ideas from heaven, that you receive the gifts, you receive the intuition, you receive the knowledge. When you meditate, depending on which type of meditation you do, but often I will do just quiet sitting. And quiet sitting requires that you do the usual things of breath focus, settling the body, and then just sitting in that space, and then the mind will come in and then saying, okay, step aside, so clearing the mind out again and again and again, being aware of it. It happens, it's normal, that's fine, I'm aware, my mind is wandering, bring it back. So constantly bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back. And the more you do that, the more you will be in your center, and the more you will be able to reside here. Here is like a gap. It's like, as Eckhart Tolle says, you know, the pause between the words. So that space, and it's finding yourself hovering in that space, and that comes with practice and comes with repeating your meditation practice. And then when you're in that space, things change. But you won't know that straight away. You won't get that on the first go. You won't get that on the second go. So there's a need to practice, to have a practice. And my little ebook, which I put out, I think 2012, the main thing is, the message is like, take 10 minutes, close your eyes for 10 minutes. Not while you're driving, but close your eyes for 10 minutes. Time yourself, set the stop clock. And you'll want to come out to say, no, it's too long, and say, oh, you know, I can't do this, I find it really hard. That's meditation. Meditation is not sitting, well, it is eventually sitting in the peace, but the process of meditation is that difficult stage you have to go through. You have to be annoyed, you have to be fed up, you have to get uncomfortable, you have to fidget around, you have to think, why am I doing this, and have all those thoughts. You have to go through all of that, you have to sift all of that out, and then that leaves you in the purity. But if you don't do it as a practice, as a daily thing, as a regular thing, then you won't ever find that you can stay. You might find moments of this space, but you might not be able to stay in this space. And so when it becomes a practice, it's like Tai Chi. As you practice, you don't even need to do the moves. In your mind, you can mentally present in that space. And so your energy is presenting that way. And you can only do that through practice, through your natural knowing of what that feels like. In the background, we also have a heart, and we have two little eagles on the top of that window. Can you see? Two little eagles here and here, and then the heart. So the stained glass window, so there's light coming through, there's information and knowledge coming through, and it's coming from the cosmic heart. It's coming from the heart of the divine. It's coming from love. So it's allowing yourself to receive divine love, allowing yourself to receive the love of the highest vibration. So the eagle again is the higher, the spiritual love wants to approach you. But it's very difficult for spiritual love to approach you when you're busy, when you're on the bus, when you're driving and trying to park, when you're attending a class, when you're picking up the groceries, when you're picking up the kids, divine love can't get to you. It's pouring forth always, but you're not meeting it, you're not greeting it, you're not saying hello, you're not able to say hello to it. And so in rest, in meditation, even 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 2 minutes a day, once you start, it is such a restful, peaceful moment that you will prioritize your 2 minutes. And 2 minutes you can do, 2 minutes anyone can do. Get in the bathroom, close the door, sit on the loo, other side of the bath, whatever, 2 minutes. Even if it's just to do the practical movement of that, taking yourself from somewhere for 2 minutes, separating yourself from life. The dedication to do that brings rewards. And it's almost like the whole universe conspires for you. And you might find yourself, oh, it's gone blank. There we go. It does this all the time. I think it did it before. I don't know why it goes blank. But you might find yourself receiving more and more opportunities for your 2 minutes. Suddenly someone goes, oh, I'm taking the kids here. We'll be back in half an hour. And you go, okay, I've got half an hour to myself. 2 minutes of that half hour. I'm just going to sit and close my eyes and just breathe and connect to my body. I get to know myself. Because I know myself out in the world. I know myself in my work. I know myself as a mother, father, brother, sister, daughter, son, grandchild, niece, nephew, etc., friend, enemy. I know myself as these things in the world, but I need to know myself. And so it is through this stopping that you are given moments of peace. It's like the thing, know thyself. That's what's coming in, know thyself. Moments to know yourself. Because as you come into the new year as well, you know, you want to do all these things and think you want to do all these things, etc. But is that just past stuff that you're, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to do this, you know, I tend to do this every year, or you know, is it the same? Because there seems to be something pointing to, this year we're going to do it different. This year, you know, there's a new instruction coming forward. Excuse me a moment. Take a moment for that. I have hertz on my my glass. It changes the frequency of the water. If you want one for healing, 528. If you want for abundance, 520. So, next we have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is a male figure, and he has everything that he needs. He is secure financially. He has his home. He has built his business. He's an earthy sign. He's knowledgeable, but he's a little slow. The earth signs can be slow and steady. He's very grounded. He is also connected to spirit. He's holding that, I can't remember what you call these things, with the little globe with the cross. So there's a level of understanding spirit world and understanding money. and understanding how to make money through the spirit world. He's wearing robes of leaves and vines all around him. So abundance. So abundance is coming in. Building of the house, building of the foundations, receiving a windfall, receiving some sort of financial assistance, leading you to be self-sufficient, leading you to invest and nurture what you have so you can grow. Whatever you have is growing. You have a robe full of these leaves and fruits. You have the ram here, so there's a Capricorn element here as well. Capricorn is the earth sign. So it could be, which is January. Okay, so this is January. So this is the energy we should be in January. We should be in the energy of fruitfulness, in the energy of abundance, slowly moving forward to what we want to do, which is why I was saying a moment ago, no rushing. Take your time to get your thoughts together. Take your time to get your ideas together. Take your time to, sometimes when you're planning whatever adventures you want to have, meditation is a good way to kind of put in order what you want on your to-do list. And then you move forward with that to-do list with the energy of the King of Pentacles. Seated in his throne, grounded, rooted to the earth. So again, as I was mentioning at the start, when you're doing spiritual work, you need to learn how to root. And you can see he has his feet on the roots. Grounding techniques, feet on the ground. Super important in Tai Chi as well. You're grounding your rootedness. You root yourself so someone can't push you over. You sink all your energy to the ground so you are solid and unmovable. How do you do that? Focus. You learn how to focus. You learn how it feels. You learn to do it. You learn to send the energy down into the ground. You root, and from there it's the earth energy as well. If you want anything money wise, earth energy is red. The back of the card, red. I don't know if the computer's picking it up very well, but it's red. So it is the red energy which will help create the abundance. Wear red socks. Wear red slippers. Imagine your feet in a pool of red. All these things are coming to me because this morning I was doing colour cards, and the colour card that I got this morning was Scarlet. Excuse me. Scarlet, being red, is for abundance, is for creating. Your base chakra is red. It is about the real world. It is about your family. It is about your foundations, your finances. I think the Chinese use a lot of red. Red is a very important color for the Chinese. So red is abundance. You think the color of money is green? Yes, to an extent. Yes, it is green. But he is also dressed. This guy who's giving the money is dressed with a red cloak. Okay, so red is important. You've got the red heart, and you also have the red bows on the wreath. And the final card on this one, I'm going to try and maybe pull from another couple of decks for you. The final card is the Star. The Star is a very good card. This is celebration, this is positivity, this is results, this is star gazing as well. This is looking out into the cosmos, and again we bring it into the spiritual world. So there's an element of needing to embrace this spiritual world and embrace the cosmic world. There's new galactic information coming through. We are moving into a new area of the cosmos. We are moving more and more into, I think they call it the photon belt, We're getting blasted by new light plasma. There's all of that going on in the cosmos, and you're carrying on with your everyday. There's so much change occurring, focused on the earth right now. The star can also point to therapies like talking therapies, needing to speak to somebody. It's like, come talk to me. It's the healer. So there may be a requirement to go and talk to somebody. And never feel ashamed about talking to somebody if you need to. I'm always here. If you want to reach out and just ask a question or ask to be directed to somebody that you think might help you, just to have a little chat to, get in touch. I think I was going to put my email up before. I don't think I got as far as that. So it's karen@karentinney.co.uk. Or just go onto the website and send me a little thing on the form. But yeah, it's important to talk. I have an offering which is called Cosmic Conversations, where it's tea and a chat. We can do it over Zoom, we can do it in person. So I'll sit and we'll have a cup of tea and I'll let you talk and begin to offload. And during that offloading, conversations have a way of going here and there and everywhere and then, arriving somewhere. And as we talk and as I listen, and I've got all of my skills that I can bring to the table. So I could pick a card on something that you're saying, and then we could see what the card is telling us and see what that means. We can do pendulum. So see how the pendulum is swinging. Is that a yes? Is it a no? I can do healing. I can offer healing during the session. We can do mediumship. We can see if somebody wants to come in and pass on a message. The idea of cosmic conversations is that we have this conversation, we have this talk. People aren't talking enough anymore. Excuse me. They do that, by the way. They clear a lot. And they seem to clear a lot for me through burping. So I apologise. Sneezing, coughing, shaking as well. Shaking can be clearing, they're saying. So the idea of cosmic conversations is that you can just, if no one else, if there's nobody around that you can go to, come to me. And even if you don't want to have a conversation with me, just send me a message and we can put you to somebody who you can speak to. Because there are a lot of people who, our world is a cruel world as well as a beautiful world. People are cruel as well as beautiful. And it does have effects on people. And there are a lot of people who fight hard to get through each day, but sort of when they just feel they can't fight anymore, when they feel they need a rest, when they feel they just want to lie down, they need support. They need strong foundational support. They need people communicating. The air signs are all about communicating. So if you feel that way, get in touch. Because this is saying that we need to pour oil on your troubled waters. Now it was upside down. So perhaps there's an avoidance. There's an avoidance of talking to anyone. There's an avoidance of sharing. There's an avoidance of knowing that actually it would do you good. And most counselors and therapists, they're here to listen to you, and they're there for you, and they're there to help you work through your stuff. What do we say? We're coming down the mountain. We're going deep into our inner self, to all our stuff, all our emotions, to find the light. And sometimes you do have to speak to somebody to do that. And there's a stork here in the background. Oh, look, there's a stork here. And there's also a little butterfly here. So this is a period of transformation and speaking to somebody, talking to somebody, laying yourself bare, getting into your emotions, the waters of the emotions, getting into emotions, dealing with that will bring about the transformation. So the butterfly is all about transforming. So you change. So it kind of says to me that there's stuff going on. You've started what was the first one? You started the new year. The world is different. Your world is different to how you started last year. And there is an element of the higher realms coming in, definitely, for you to look at. There is a need to be open to receiving. There is money coming, there's financial assistance there. And that's going to help you build foundations, build new foundations, new home, new roots. So it could be a move. And there's a requirement for you to go deep into whatever is changing, is leaving you with a certain amount of wounding. We're all wounded. They talk about the wounded healer. So anyone who's a healer has been through the mill, because it's going through the mill, overcoming, healing self, that almost sets you up in a position where you can share your healing gift. But we're all wounded. And so there's an element of coming, you've gone up the hill, the worst thing, you've had to walk away, you're at the top and you're coming back down now, you're coming down the other side. But you can't just come down the other side and be the same person. You have to do the inner work, you have to check out what was going on in here. And who am I? Who am I? Take a moment to find out who you are. Deal with your emotions, discover your light, discover your passion. How do you do that? Meditate, find quiet time. And it is as simple as that. There's people think meditate, I don't know how to meditate, I don't know what steps to take, I can't do it, I don't have time, Again, like I say, just go into the bathroom, close the door for 2 minutes, close your eyes, sit on the floor. 2 minutes every day as a practice will bring you so much. It might not be revealed till a little later that you might think to yourself, well, this isn't doing anything. But it is. Continuous, consistent dedication to something is a practice, and it will bring benefits. Slowly, you are rebuilding. Slowly, you are rooting into the new earth, the new ground, your new world, and you will gradually tend to the vines which will bring forward fruit, and you will again have your castle on the hill. But be okay with your emotions, be okay with therapy, be okay with talking to somebody, be okay with the change that's coming in from the galactic realms. Okay? They're affecting us all. That's part of it. Often the reason you leave stuff behind, red cards again. I went for Mother Mary cards today. So I've got 7 minutes. Apologies. The reason you leave things behind is because we are changing as a species. We are changing as a planet. We are changing as humans. And so you can't hold on to the stuff that wasn't working. You just can't. You are changing. You have changed. You are not the same person you were this time last year. So let's see what Mother Mary, who is very much present for 2023, wants us to know. Let's just do a little shuffle here. Grace. So she's talking about grace. It is approaching your life through the energy of grace. So yes, everyone gets it wrong now and again. Oops. But there is room always for grace, for compassion for your mistakes, and for love. I'm not talking romantic love, I'm talking love from the divine. Okay. So 2 cards jumped out, and the first card is Our Lady of New Vision, which is interesting. New year, new world, new vision. So that's her card there. Quite beautiful. And there's big red flowers there as well. So it's grounding the new vision. And you've got the birds at the top. So it's bringing in the spirit energy. And it's 1 and 6, which is 7. So Our Lady of New Vision, this is quite long, there's a lot in these books, but I'll just kind of read little bits of it. So it says, let go of small dreams and become receptive to fresh vision. My eye in your heart sees great beauty. Can you see the new vision emerging? There comes a time in our life when new vision is required. Perhaps what we once imagined would fulfill us has been experienced and we're ready for something new. There are plenty of times in life when we have to grow to meet the vision. Sometimes, however, the vision has to grow in order to be worthy of us. Mother Mary tells us that we can benefit ourselves and others by opening up and preparing to receive a great vision. So in that meditative state, you might receive ideas, believing absolutely that it can and will manifest through her holy grace in service to all. If you are confronted with issues of self-worth, we're talking about the talking therapies there, then you believe that this guidance means your vision should become smaller, but in all likelihood, it's actually the opposite that is required of you. So believe you're the king, believe you're the king of pentacles, believe you have the castle. Build a vision that is more open, more generous, more supported, and more involving of those around you. Whether you know your soul tribe now or are waiting to attract or be attracted to, those souls who will assist you on your life path, holding the vision, is like the flickering light with its switch on. And that's it as well. This is a new year, a new you, a new world. You've let go of something, you're moving downhill into something else. This is new, so there's going to be new people coming into your life as well. And they could be people from the past, but they're catching up and you're sinking in this way that your quest is the same now. So if you're aware of a budding vision and have been holding back, perhaps thinking it's too much, then shed your doubts and open your heart to it. Do not concern yourself with how it can happen. There is nothing that is too simple or too grand. What matters is not the scope of the vision, but that it has enough of your heart in it to move you, to prompt you to pray with all of your being for her help to manifest it. If you're not aware of the vision as yet, then be open to receive the sacred knowing of where to focus your intention, your desire, and your energy. And that's what you get from that meditative state. That's what you get from that space. Give space so that the information can come in. The Divine Mother is a genius of manifestation, so use Mother Mary when you're trying to manifest. And she will have her creations come to life through the simplest, most ordinary steps that somehow combine to manifest extraordinary beauty. If you cannot see yet, trust that she sees and is guiding you towards receiving and realizing the new vision. It is a time for inspiration and hope. It is time to dream and receive, knowing that what is dreamed now is under the blessing of the Holy Mother. And the card before that was Our Lady of the Sacred Son. So again, this might be for somebody's son, but it also relates to Christ energy. Divine Christ lives in the hearts of men and women as divine love and passionate service of the divine light, irrespective of religious persuasion. She speaks to us of a healed masculine consciousness, of the Christ awakening in men and women. This becomes possible through the love and power of the divine feminine awakened. So the divine feminine has been awakening now for a while, and it is allowing this divine masculine to awaken. So it's sort of removing that kind of toxic masculinity that we are aware of. Men can still be men, and women love men for who they are, but there is a new divine masculine awakening in both men and women. So women, yes, you're divine feminine, but you also have the balance of masculine. You're also a bit of both, yin and yang. A healed Divine Masculine gives us the courage to live our own life and the strength that we need to honor our individuality, knowing who we are, in making choices that feel truthful for us. It enables us to understand that our divine gift of self is meant to be lived as authentically and honestly as possible. And that's it. It is living our truest selves. But how do you know self? You must go in, you must do the work, you must clear out all the old, get rid of the emotion, renew, refresh. And now is the perfect time. January is the perfect time. And when you enter more deeply into this higher consciousness, change happens. So you do your 2 minutes a day, change will happen. It will have an effect, but it's just the commitment. Can you commit to 2 minutes? And I know it's hard. I spent some time. It's fine for me. I have a lot more time where I can meditate. I don't meditate enough. I don't meditate half enough. It is, it is a big thing for me. I used to have a thing on the fridge that said meditate, which is to remind me every time. Okay, have you done it today? Have you done it today? But it is so worthwhile. My meditation is a little bit different because I use it to connect and get information and whatever. But it does. So it says change happens. Sometimes this can be challenging as we are learning to let go of our fears and to trust without condition. Even if we are struggling, like we're needing the money, we're needing the handout, we're needing the help, we must learn to focus on the light within. That's what we saw, the light within, and stay present. Sometimes that struggle is actually the ego letting go, and we are identifying with it. So you are not your ego, you are not your mind. You are an energetic presence. You are divine spark. Whilst this struggle is happening, the soul is gasping and taking in the holy breath of new life, new year, new you. And we are thriving spiritually, more infused with holy love and power than ever before. Spiritually, you are maturing, and this may give rise to growing pains, but keep them in context and perspective. Pray to Mother Mary to help you so that your growing pains do not eclipse the magnificence and joy of the process that's actually happening. So it is a process. You are going to be going through stuff like we do every day in our life. But rather than see it as destructive and difficult, see it as a process and see it as you going through a transformation, so that you can come out the other side. Brilliant. So open your heart to unconditional love and know that you are protected and supported spiritually in all aspects of your life. Just remember to ask for help daily. Ask for help. This is it. It's time to start working with the other realms. We talked about that at the beginning. They are here. They are present. They are on the earth. They are able to reach us. Ask for help. You can start this now by doing the following short healing process. It goes on to a little healing process, which I won't go into. But it says, it will take all the strength of your inner masculine consciousness to make the decision to commit to that practice for yourself. So a daily practice. And adhere to it daily until it becomes a natural and habitual practice. Okay, so thank you. That lines up with everything that I've been saying. Let me do one more card. I'm not going to let it run to an hour. Hopefully it will still be recording because it's on 55 now. So we'll do one more quick card from the goddesses just as a final, just to see if it links everything in together. And we'll see. Oh, just do that and see what we've got. One card, please, goddesses. Thank you. Okay, that one came out. So it's through all the work. So you're moving into the new realm, you're taking up life again, you're maybe taking a little bit more time than usual to decide on where you want to go. You're going through all these processes to deal with your stuff, and then your divine passion is released. So look at that. That's volcanic. That's the fire of the inner earth. This again, connecting to the earth energy, connecting to the fire within the lava, connecting to that power. What is that power within the earth? That is the power of creation. That is the power seated within this planet. It is burning hot on fire. The center. So these are your passions. These are your inner fire, inner passion. Oh. Apologies. Oh, my painting looks kind of cool from this angle. You know, it kind of changes the colour. It was almost like it was blues. All blues. It's interesting. Sorry. So let's see what it says. It says, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? And that is it. How do you get to that heart's true desire without going to your heart and asking? What is your divine passion? And it's, you know, it's called Pele. So respect to Pele, who passed over the Christmas period. Let's just see what it says briefly. I'm running out of time. Yeah, it's about your rhythms, connecting you to Mother Earth. Again, the earth, the red. What part of you are you trying to ignore? What part of you has been overly concerned with pleasing others to the detriment of hearing the sounds of your own rhythm? So you go through life and you might be doing all these things in the external, but when did you listen to you? When did you listen to what you want to do and what's going on in your heart? Listen to your dreams. Everybody has them. Your dreams deserve the same respect that everyone else's do. Don't be afraid of your own passion, for it will propel you naturally and excite and invigorate you. And this is it. Get to know yourself. Get to know what makes you tick. Get to know where your passion is. You might want to take up a class. You might want to try a few different things out to find your passion. But meet yourself. Who are you? What does he or she want? What does he or she need? What does he or she want the rest of their life, or they? What do they want the rest of their life to look like? Okay? I'm going to leave that with you now. I think there's quite a lot there. There's a lot of change going on, but there's ways to manage that. And change brings results. You know, going through these transformations will bring results, bring new life, bring a new world, refresh, you know, like the butterfly who comes out of the chrysalis and it's got wings. You're kind of going through that. You're kind of getting rid of all the stuff in the chrysalis so you can open it and be your true authentic self. Be the new you. So enjoy it. Find things that bring you joy. Find things that you enjoy. And it might be the exercise. It might be the detox. It might be eating healthy. Whatever these things are that help you shed the old, do them. And with that, I'm going to leave you because it's 58 minutes. This is almost an hour, and hoping that it's recorded. So Tuesday the 10th of January 2023. Many blessings for the week. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, watch the other videos, share with people that you know, watch it over and over again. Just gives me a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more anyway, it helps. Okay, lots of love. Take care. See you again soon. Bye bye.